Hello my loves! Today we are creating these extremely long, gorgeous nails, and we don't have to sculpt a single bit, my darlings. Check out that C-curve. Oh yes! The key to these nails is my brand new TX Elite tips. They are released, they are on the website, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So I've just prepped my nails. There's a few marks on there. It's not lifting like on a colitis, it's actually just acrylic bits here and there. So I'm going to take my tips. Now, in this bag of TX Elite tips, you get 500 in sizes 0 to 9. They are extra long. They are a square with a deep C curve. They can easily be transformed into an extra long coffin, which I did demo live on my Facebook page recently. I'm just going to size up my pinky nail first. So I'm a 9 in this. There we go. Make sure they touch sidewall to sidewall, and we'll get the rest of them all sized up and stuck on. The trick with these is you only need a small amount of adhesive. You don't need to las loads on. They're super easy to apply. They're done. No faffing. No faffing around. You got yourself an extreme nail. Beautiful. I am a happy girl. I haven't been able to sculpt myself extreme nails because I've just been in such a pickle with my hands on my shoulder. So this has cut my time down loads because I used to faff about a lot with sculpting, and I just feel like with these tips I can just whack them on and there you go. I've got an extreme nail. Done. Obviously you've got to put the rest of the product on, otherwise it wouldn't last very long. But you know what I mean. So next, because we're dealing with extra long nails, I am going to lay my thin clear base down now and give that tip some strength before I just file it all into place and stuff. I don't want to be messy because I can't support my own nails. If it was on a client, it's a little bit easier. But to be honest, because you're dealing with lovely long nails, your best bet is to get that nice clear base on now, then give it a little pinch, and then you can kind of refine it before you apply the rest of your product. I absolutely would pinch these tips, even though they've got a really gorgeous C-curve. I would give them an extra pinch because what you're doing is streamlining that tip to fit your nail. This beautiful colour is from Nail Make Glitter Planet. I think it's called Ringmaster. I'll put it in the description box. It's stunning. And I'm also using Perfect Pink and Clear. So we're going to start by building our nail bed. This is very long. Now when you're building a nail bed on a super long nail, you want to kind of pull it right down. You want to, there's no point doing a short smile line on a long nail. It won't look right. So just work not too wet because otherwise it will float everywhere. You want it at that moldable, sticky kind of stage like this bead is. And just go with it one by one. Bead by bead, section by section. Don't worry if it takes you 5 beads. Just build it up and make sure you've got those nice firm walls either side.
What you staring at, you looking dumb. No, I don't ever hold my tongue. what you expect. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked. I don't care if you think I'm stuck up. I don't care cause you can't call my bluff. I don't care if you think I'm a clown. I don't care cause you can't pin it down. You can't pin it down. I'm everything you can't define. I'm always gonna cross your line.
So while the smile line is setting, I'm going to go in and do a full nail of this beautiful red. The thumb has already got it on. It's super pigmented. You can just paint it on. You don't need to stress about getting a bulky nail. It's just not going to happen when you've got an acrylic this pigmented. You really don't need to worry. Don't you worry about that. It has got a shimmer in it, but I'm using a matte top coat today, so you won't see the shimmer. But it is a very, very beautiful colour. I start and from further down the nail and then build my way back towards the cuticle. It's how I prefer to work. Doesn't matter if you do it in 3 beads, 4 beads, 5 beads, 6 beads. You're dealing with an extra long nail as well, so just go with the flow. Do not stress. See, I'm working with my bead at a medium to wet consistency. I don't want it kind of running into the cuticles and side walls, but at the same time I don't want it so stiff that it's going to set up before I have time to sort of paint it. But as you can see, if you look at the lighting creating those lines down the nail, those tips are so straight and smooth that the product just sits perfectly on them. It just makes it so easy. So taking it really steady around that cuticle, because these intense colours, if they bleed, they will stain. We'll just tuck it in with the very tip of that brush, nice and gentle. And then just paint it on.
You can't pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down.
Now this is the ring finger, and it's really going out of shot, which is annoying. But basically I applied the red at the cuticle and then just blended it down until it sort of faded out. So we're just fading it out, and then we're going to grab some glitter in a minute. So I'm just going to let that bit set up a second. And now I'm going to grab this glitter from Lucente. Remember I showed you this the other day. It's called I'm Yours. They were giving it away free when you purchased some of their foils and stuff off their website. So I thought I'll use this. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at it. So I'm going to apply some clear acrylic, just a thin wipe, just like a sticky base. And then we're going to go in with some of those glitters. I do go a bit out of shot, and I apologise. I wasn't really looking at the screen. I was obsessing over the shiny stuff. Now, timings wise, a few people have asked me how long these took me. Normally, if I was sculpting on myself, I would spend about 5 hours on one hand. That seems atrocious, but it just took me longer to sculpt. It just does when I'm doing extreme nails, because you've got to get those forms perfect. Everything has to be perfect. With the tips, it took me 3 hours. So I've saved a lot of time. And the best thing is that I'm now able to do these nails for you without being in agony, whereas I couldn't do anything like this before because I didn't have tips this long and I couldn't sculpt it. My shoulder just couldn't hack the amount of hours doing nails. So I'm super happy. I'm over the moon, and you will be seeing a lot more extreme stuff as well as the general pretty beautiful normal things. So I'm just going in with a few more bits of glitter. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to literally let them set, because we don't want to cap them yet. It's too soon. They'll move all over the place. So I'm just showing you here, I've capped the thumb, okay, and you can see the acrylic starting to set. We need to pinch these nails again. And because they're super duper long, I actually use 2 pinching tools. One for the cuticle area and one further down the nail, because you won't get it on all of the nail at the same time. So I'm doing a few test pinches here. You do need to pinch because the tips are nice and flexible and movable, so they will, when they have the acrylic on, they will want to bounce out a little bit. So giving them a nice pinch just keeps them, again, fitted perfectly to your nail bed and your shape. See what I mean? Stunning. Beautiful, nice and sleek. Right, so we need to cap these nails before we can file in that smile line, otherwise we're going to get dust everywhere. So I'll zoom through the capping. I do it the same as I do applying the colour. So I start down the nail, work that product down and through, and as I get towards the cuticle, I'm going to start looking at the body of the nail, the side walls, making sure everything's even and thick, making sure my apex is in the right place. Now, the myth is that you need a massive apex with long nails. You don't, you just need balance. You don't need a humongous apex. But what you need to understand is if your apex is too far forward or too far near the centre of the nail, then as those nails grow out, they will overbalance and lift really, really quickly. So get your apex in the back third of the nail, but it doesn't need to be ridiculously big.
No, I don't ever hold my tongue down. I would never be what you expect. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked. I don't care if you think I'm stuck up. I don't care cause you can't call my bluff. I don't care if you think I'm a clown. I don't care cause you can't pin me down. You can't pin me down. I'm everything you can't define. I'm always gonna cross a line, and I can't help it. You can't pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down. Can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me down. You can't pin me down, pin me down, pin me.
Right, so now I'm going to file in that smile line with the steel file. I couldn't show you all of it because it was a bit awkward to keep in shot, but I'm working around the edges, holding that file straight up against the edges, and then I've just gone over the top as well. And we're going to grab that beautiful red colour and go in. I'm sure it's called Ringmaster. I don't know why, but I'm sure it is. And I'm going to go over the smile line because we want it really up that wall. It looks so nice when it's right up the wall. And we'll continue and fill that whole tip with that beautiful red. And then once that's done, while it's still setting, I'm going to pop some of that glitter in there as well because I couldn't resist. So as you can see, I work in quite small beads and I don't work too wet because I just don't want a flooding horrible mess. I mean, it looks messy as it is now, but you've got to trust the process. You know what it's like with the smile lines. There you go. So now I'm going to grab a little bit of that glitter, just get that pushed in there and kind of do it swooshing up to the side.
You can't pin me. You can't pin me down. You can't pin me down. You can't pin me down.
So when that's capped as well, I'm going to give it that good old double a pinche. And then I filed off camera because there's no way I can stay in shot filing these bad boys. You really need to support long nails when you're filing. So they've been filed and buffed, and now I'm going to grab my Pro pickup tool, honey. I love this. You guys have been loving this. And we're going to bling these bad boys up because it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that bling, honey. Come on now. So we are coming through with the AB crystals. These are Swarovski. I know they're getting harder to get hold of, and trust me, I'm feeling it. I have tens of thousands of crystals on order from Swarovski, and they are literally making them in Austria. I am waiting for them to be delivered, and it is a horrible weight. It's just, ugh. But when they come in, I will make up those bags for you. Somebody asked me with the Swarovskis, do they make the mixed bags up for me? And I said, nope, this is what happens. I look at what crystals I think go well as a mix. I then order them in a huge bulk and then sit there and painstakingly count them all and separate them into bags for you. Because that's what I love doing. So, yeah. And we're just going to keep applying these crystals. And I didn't plan it. I just grabbed some shapes and that I knew kind of work well together. And I went with the flow. And I really like how it turned out. I've got to say, I feel so extra with these nails. I'm just feeling myself. It's like a different person. I can't explain it. I've only got them on one hand because I am still a mum and I do still have mum stuff to do and a ton of your parcels to pack from your orders. Oh, as we sit here right now, there's either 1 or 2 Swarovski packs left on the website and then that's it. That winter mix is gone. It's limited edition. So 1, maybe 2, I can't remember, left, and that is it, apart from the giveaway one, obviously. So yeah, popping the last couple of crystals on. I must admit, I do like the fact that this tool has a case because it means that, you know, like the filing dust and debris, it doesn't get attached to the nib. You don't get that contamination that you get with tools that don't have a case. So it keeps it fresher for longer. Whee, spinning it around like a magician. Okay, now we need to top coat. Oh, no, we don't. I've got one more nail to put bling on. I forgot. I did put a bit of bling on my pinky, just a little crystal cuff because I thought it looked a bit lonely there. Do you know what I mean? So I just used some of the round AB flatbacks and did a little crystal cuff on there. Now it's time to top coat and I'm using Madam Glam's Velvet Matte and we're just going to go in. Oh my god, it was like painting a wall, painting these nails. It just felt so nice to have some length. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they can be cut down. You don't have to have them this long. They can be cut down, but I think it gives you more freedom because if you want to do some cool extreme sets, you've got that, and you can do them and use a peel off base underneath your acrylic and stuff as well. So if you don't want to have them on, just use a peel off base. I was going to do that, but I decided I might rock these for a little bit, so I didn't. Look at that. It makes it so easy. Oh, bit of floof. Get that fluff out of there. Get off the fluff. Remove the fluff. Right, so I'm going to continue and top coat these nails and just oogle at them because I just love them. They're just so long and blingy and gorgeous. don't forget as well, I've got a crystal placement course on my website, so it shows you how to stop those crystals moving and how to create some really popular designs. Yeah, here's the finished set. I'm just in love with them. So yeah, the TX Elite tips are available on the website. They are £9.80 for 500 tips. No shit, this is just an absolute bargain. Thanks for watching. Tally bye.